this is when we see the future and also the smart cities, it's all about how the different sources of energy, because energy is the lifeline of the cities, of the communities, of the individual homes. So very important. It touches everybody. The energy touches everybody, starting from individual to household to community to town and cities. That's why it's very important. And not just the energy, but also it has to be clean energy. And so Anil talked about how carbon neutral target we are having in the country, and net zero by 2070. But by 2030, we have to have 500 gigawatts of energy coming from the non-fossil sources, almost half of the energy. So the future would look like how we can bring in this clean energy, green energy into the city. And so there will be also green energy, clean energy within the city, having the solar rooftop in place, not only at home, but also large complexes and buildings. So that will be one. So but also we have to import renewable energy, and the grid has to be smarter, because the more and more renewable energy, especially the solar, which is intermittent, then we need more flexibility of the grid, having the controllability in the grid. So that's why the energy management system, the SCADA, is very important. But also very important is how we can use technologies like HVDC. So normally HVDC, high voltage DC transmission, is supposed to be more long distance transmission, thousands of kilometers, and also getting power energy from the offshore with undersea cables. So HVDC is very much used, and in India also we have a lot of installations, 1700, 1800 multi-terminal HVDC. But we have also seen that the cities in future, they would also need technologies like HVDC, because they need reliable power with less footprint of the transmission line, the cable, the infeed. So that's why we also have the example from Mumbai city, where the HVDC infeed is being planned. So by 2026 it will be in operation. So that increases the power which can be delivered to the Mumbai city, at the same time making it more reliable, controllable, because HVDC with power electronics, we can control the power better, and also have the less footprint, having the overhead as well as underground cables. So in addition to that, of course, my speakers, earlier speakers, they already talked about the energy storage system, and having the EV charging infrastructure. Prashant also talked about how it's not just the grid to vehicle, but also vehicle to grid. How the vehicles can be used to have the energy storage, and then they can feed to the grid, to the city, whenever there is a need of energy. And also it can lead to prosumers, not just the consumers of energy, but also prosumers who can also provide energy to the grid. And that needs also good energy management system, including microgrids in some of the areas of the cities, the large complexes, industrial, commercial, as well as residential complexes, where the microgrid also can run in standalone as well as in integration with the grid. So advanced distribution management is something which is required in future, and of course distributed energy resource management, and all these, and also the digital substation, how we can make it more efficient, the substation, the delivery of power, evacuating the power, and also having the asset management in place. And very important is also communication. So these technologies, they will be converging in future. So because when you talk about energy also comes with the data, the digital, which is very important. And because the electrical energy, it's 20 millisecond cycle. So that's why it's important to have automation, which has been there for several decades. And digital also has been there in actually energy system and power system since 80s, 90s, since the inception of the digital computer. But we are going to be using that more and more, not only for automation, core automation, but also digitalizing the asset, the work, and performance in the system. So when we have whether it is smart meter, whether it is electric vehicles, the storage, and also the solar rooftop, getting the power from outside with city in feed, with HVDC, which is very important is the communication infrastructure, and that has to be very, very reliable. So we have also now the utility highly reliable deterministic communication system. For example, in Hitachi Energy, we have the wireless mesh technology, which is self-healing technology, so autonomous. But in future also 5G is going to come, which is also going to be used, so that we ensure that all the energy infrastructure they need the data in real time, in millisecond, and the algorithm, the predefined algorithms will be working, and also the AI/ML algorithm which can run on top of it. So here the convergence of different communication technology, cellular, broadband, wireless, and also very special high availability wireless technology in 5G. So finally, it's all about how we integrate all these systems together. So whether it is EMS, SCADA, network control, having the digital substation, the assets, the energy assets, and here energy is not just the electrical energy, but in future the city will also have different sectoral couplings. Basically, the energy which is electrical, but also oil and gas, and also having, for example, green hydrogen, which can be used for the vehicle, which can be also used for storing of energy instead of diesel backup. You can also have hydrogen fuel cell based backup system, energy backup, so which as Hitachi Energy we have also developed that. So these different, so you can say the electrons as well as molecules in terms of energy, molecules in terms of hydrogen, ammonia, and also the oil and gas, how they are going to be also converging with the electrical. So we need to have integrated command and control center in future for the smart cities. And the idea here would be that you run the core system, whether it is EMS, SCADA, energy management system, substation automation, but also having the sensors which can be connected, and also their data is available so that you can have the citizens' requirement captured. You can have the weather data, you can have market requirements, demand, they are all sort of monitored, and also having AI/ML application you can predict. And digital technologies, the previous speakers talked about, I think whether it is AR, VR, digital twin, machine learning. So these are going to be used for improving the performance of the asset, the city assets and city operations better, whether it is energy or water. So finally, we need to also ensure, which we are doing today, that how with these digital technologies, with automation core system in place, we can improve the productivity, reliability, quality, and asset health, and of course energy efficiency. Safety is important, environment, security, cyber security. With all this connected system in place, it's going to be very important in future how we can make the energy system secure. It's a convergence of smart grid technology, I would say, and also the new energy systems with distributed energy sources management, with digitalization, all converging, and that's how the future is going to be. And then the energy, although it touches everybody in individual household, but also it will be sort of seen and managed by individuals as prosumers. So with that, I just take a pause here. Thank you.